Hello guys, PlayStation 5 continues to fail. Number 1, you can't even buy the consoles. Number 2, guess what? Not even the people themselves is mocking PlayStation. This, the PlayStation's gonna eventually lose this generation. They are. Okay, the console war between American Studio Xbox and Japanese Studio PlayStation has entered the next gen phase, with PS5 and Xbox Series X and S last year. Some fans were skeptical of both devices and it seemed like PlayStation had the upper hand. Yep, you had literally every big content creator banging over backwards for Sony. You had literally everybody saying, go buy a PS5, it's the greatest console of all time, because it has a reskinned Spider-Man game, 10 out of 10 console, guys. No backwards compatibility, which is really gonna hurt it in the long run. Like, for example, Nintendo Switch, I could see why they're banning the Wii U era, well, and not having backwards compatibility with the Wii U, because they want to, put the Wii U behind. But with, unlike Sony, which, the Switch has different hardware and different, things than the PS4 and PS5. However, 1 year later, it seems that not even the people are turning away against PlayStation. PlayStation's rosters have a roster of exclusives that may help to win wars. Really, it's because Nintendo released 2 consoles that didn't really do too well. Well, we all know if Nintendo actually releases a console that people actually want, Nintendo will always win because it has Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and Smash Bros. But it seems that, like with the 360 era, Sony's gonna lose another generation to Xbox. And if you look at even the sales in VD Touch, in America, Xbox is beating Sony on every week now. And of course, we all know Nintendo is beating Sony and like every region now. And in Japan, here's the most hilarious thing: the Xbox and the PlayStation are 1,000 consoles apart. Yep, 1,000 consoles apart each week. I still wonder where all those PS5 sales came from. A console of those games selling 20,000 copies a week seems kind of sus to me already. But it seems that even the people are seeing that the PS5 does not stack up. Xbox, on the other hand, has managed to have its best years later. Yet, with an incredible roster of exclusive titles and the winning combo Game Pass, which of course, Game Pass has Xbox One titles, Xbox Series X and S titles, Xbox 360 titles, a lot of games from the original Xbox, and all those games, of course, backwards compatibility, which has been done since the Xbox One era, which Sony does not understand. That they don't understand. Instead of selling $70 ports of Ghost of Tsushima and Death Stranding as their big games of the year, Microsoft is saying, just play your old games. Just keep your old Xbox One games. They're all playable on our console. So. And of course, they have Forza Horizon, the new Forza Horizon, and the new Halo. PlayStation has Deathloop. And of course, all the critics decided to side, of course, Deathloop, because a game that literally no one is buying. Because, again, there's no games of the PS5. There was literally nothing worth buying. The fact that one of the best-selling games of the PS5 is a game that released last year, which is a Spider-Man reskin for the game. And people are like, well, but people buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch. But again, the difference between Spider-Man Miles Morales and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the fact that people actually like playing Mario Kart. Mario Kart is a big draw for people. But Spider-Man Miles Morales is the same game you play on the PS4, but it's Miles Morales now. That's the big difference. And people are seeing through this. And same thing with a remake of a PS3 game. Like, really? This is a company. This is Sony here, okay? They made so many new ideas from the PS3 and PS4 era, but now they're just basically dropping the ball of this console. You have to get a new God of War and Horizon game next year, but they might get delayed again because of Sony's incompetency. And Horizon Forbidden West has always drawn a lot of criticism from fans of the original for changing the main character design to look more ugly. But even the fans have said this: PS5 has no games, because it is true. It is true The latest post about the new season forecast what fans in the wrong way. The community uses this chance to displace of this fan assassin for the current roster title to the PS5. Gamers have also expressed their love for Xbox, as American 2 has made amends by rolling out amazing and recent titles in recent times. PS5 has currently has a limited number of games which fans can play. Without anything to plug in to play, it makes the console an expensive movie player, which is basically true. Unless you want to play Call of Duty, which is basically play on the Xbox as well, yeah, you might as well just get the Xbox instead and keep all your Xbox One games, they have them, instead of buying a PS5 and you can't play all of your PS4 games. It's basically a lose-lose situation with this console. The fact that they make you re-buy PS4 games for $70 a buck and some of them as big holiday titles, like, people say, but you don't criticize Nintendo for doing this. Well, again, no one bought the Wii U. The PS4 sold over 100 million copies, but Sony instead of making the console backwards compatible, they're gonna make you rebuy all of these games. For what reason? So they can get your money. Simple as that. So rebuy games that they released a year ago, like Ghost of Tsushima, so you can rebuy them again. And no one's buying Ghost of Tsushima for PS5 because it's a $70 expensive port that no one wants. And then if you want to put your PS4 disc on the PS5, you still have to pay an extra $10. And of course, you have your typical Sony, fanboys here trying to defend Sony because they're the greatest company of all time. But ratio, Xbox is on top. When will more PS5 be available? Xbox owns you. I'll be on my Xbox, sorry. Okay, Xbox better. And there's probably also one saying how Nintendo's better as well. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the slightest. The fact that now the aligned want sales for each of the current gen consoles, the Nintendo Switch, the PS5, and the Xbox Series X, the PS5 is no longer the fastest selling console anymore, because the Switch has finally caught up, because of course the Switch only wants to Breath of the Wild, and even Breath of the Wild is bigger on magnitude than, of course, anything the PS5 released. And Nintendo also put out a literal new game monthly. Unlike Sony, which they released the same PS4 game, the same couple of PS4 games they already played, and a bunch of underwhelming exclusives that no one bought. And again, unlike if you compare Ratchet & Clank to New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe or Mario Odyssey, it just doesn't compare. Same thing with Halo Infinite and Deathloop. Why would anyone want to buy a boring game made by Sony that, of course, the critics will call a masterpiece but looks boring, where you can just play Halo Infinite, which is much better? Sony is going to lose this generation hard. They were winning at the beginning, but you can't win forever. If you don't release anything, no one's gonna buy a console. You can always tell by Sony's 2022 lineup and 2023 lineup. They're releasing 2 major exclusives. Nintendo again released a couple major exclusives this year. That's why Dread, Mario, Pokemon, and Mario Party all released around the same time, and Sony released nothing. Microsoft released Forza and Halo. Sony released an expensive port of Ghost of Tsushima and Deathloop. Same thing with and I think the biggest thing that's going to bite Sony in the ass in the long run is the price of the games. No one's going to pay $70 for an overpriced port of The Last of Us Part 2. Yeah. Sony will continue to lose this generation. And it's so laughable to see. In all regions, Sony is losing to Nintendo. And in America, Sony is losing to Xbox. And soon, Sony will be losing to Xbox in Japan of all countries. The only place they'll really be winning in is Europe, excluding the UK. So that's basically about this video. Goodbye.